Alright guys, I'm back. So just to show you guys how I was on the phone with clients, I'm always on the phone with clients, right? And I'm telling them, press record, get in front of the camera and just be you, right? And they're like, well, I'm afraid of somebody, judging me and this and that. So I'm here dressed in my Stetson, got my Stetson on, got my vest on to show you guys that I'm in the room talking to a freaking phone. So if you really, are having trouble with getting out and expressing yourself and just telling the world what you do, because really where the abundance is just being yourself, and people will love you for it. I'm being unselfish in this lifetime with what I know, and I'm here to show you guys that, hey, look at me. Woo, I'm looking crazy, whatever. Like, I really don't care about judgment, and it doesn't, really affect me. It used to affect me. I'm 30 now, so this is what you get. So today, we're going to be talking about something that's a common topic that I see when I talk to clients and just people who don't really know any better. So what we get as a tax accountant, I get a lot of people who flood the gates when November and December happens, like, oh, get me ready for tax time, and I don't know where my book's at, I don't keep any good records, I don't know what I'm going to do. I had a client today, and she told me, I hate paying a lot in taxes at the end of the year, and I just hate, coming towards the end of the year and I got to pay all these taxes, can we fix that? So I'm trying to get her on board to actually get QuickBooks going and get her books actually set up on QuickBooks where we can see her profit and loss statement and her balance sheet, so we actually know her tax liability going into 2021, right? So we got two months left. That's why I wanted to create this video. We got 2 months left of 2020, right? So we got 2 months left of tax planning that we can do to save you guys some tax dollars, because you guys don't want to have a big tax bill. So I'm going to break down a simple scenario. I'll try to be as simple as possible, of somebody who makes W-2 income versus 1099 income. There are two types of income. W-2 income, I'm going to break it down over here. Just clean my whiteboard. W-2 income will be over here. Then you got 1099 income. So you got 1099 income and W-2 income. This independent contractor, this is you have a job, you have an employer. What happens when you make money in both scenarios? So say we're going to start with that basic scenario. You make 100 grand, right? Your employer pays around 15.3. I would say 7.8. They pay 7.8%. So if you guys can see, let me get on this side. So in W-2, your employer pays 7.8% in self-employment tax for you, right? They pay that, and then out of your paycheck, when you get your W-2, you pay the other 7.8% is paid by you, right? So this covers your so-called self-employment tax, right? The employer pays half of it, you pay half of it through your payroll, right? And then what they do, they take out, if you guys see this, on your W-2, federal withholdings. They take out federal withholdings at each paycheck that you get, and this amount come back to your tax liability. So what happens is you make 100K throughout the year, right? And then towards the end of the year, say if you have taxable, right sideways, I'm sorry guys, I got an income. So say you have taxable income of 100K. Say you have taxable income of 100K. They take out federal withholdings of, let's say, 30K. Can I see that? Okay, let me know in the comments if you guys can see that. They take out 30K of federal This pen sucks. I like this pen. Let me turn on some music so you guys see you're not bored. I'll make you one of my people a portion of them a fortune. I'm flipping the ride. I can't even see what if you the vibe. And 40 or 50 is really the time. Why is you all on my phone like you want me, like you wasn't listening? Some background music, you know, make this accounting stuff interesting for you guys. I'll put it on the hat for you guys. So let's back to our example. W-2 income, make $100K in a year. Your taxable income comes out, well, they take out the standard deduction. Let's back up. They take out your standard deduction here. This is 12,400 standard deduction. All right, they take out your standard deduction on your taxable income. So this is netted. Let's see where we at. 10, 90, 87, 600. So it's 87,600 after your standard deduction if you're single. If you're married, pound dwelling, just double this number. But say if we're single, we're gonna keep it really simple. You pay your taxable income is 87,600, and what happens is this federal withholding that they took out of your paycheck throughout the year. Let's say you pay tax on this, and let's be simple, you pay 10%. You pay 10% tax on this. We're gonna get some more room over here. So you paying 87.60. So you're paying 87.60 in taxes, right? But we got this federal withholdings that your employer withheld for you, and this so happens to be $10,000. $10,000 in federal withholdings, right? Your tax liability is $87.60. So you take 10,000 minus 87.60, and let's see what that is. 9. I think that's like. I'm gonna pull out my calculator because I don't like using my brain when I don't have to. Alright, you got $10,000 of federal withholdings minus 87.60, 1240. So you got 1240 coming back to that account in a refund. So I want to educate you guys on this because a lot of people think they make money off of taxes in the government, and you kind of really don't, unless you got some really, unique stuff going on. 100K, self-employed. I mean, not self-employed. Employer pays half of your FICA. This is FICA. This is at 15.3%, and they withhold federal withholding 10K to cover your tax liability, right? So you broke that down, and then you get $1,200 in a refund. This is how people get a refund. But this is where a disaster happens, right? Because a lot of people have been starting businesses. The pandemic happened. A lot of people have been starting businesses and making this. They've been making self-employed income, which is 1099 income. So I'm going to explain to you the difference between a W-2 and now the self-employment income, which a lot of people are in this bucket, right? And they're not aware of this. So say we're going to use the same. This person started a business and he made, Bob is our guy. We love Bob. We love show Bob. He made 10. He made 100K. He made 100K in gross income. So Bob made 100K in gross income from his Airbnb. He bought couches, he bought furniture for his he bought around $5,000 of expenses. So he made gross income 100K. His expenses for the year for Simplexity is $5,000, which leaves him $95,000 in net income. Right? It leaves him $95,000 in net income, right? But he doesn't have an employer to help him pay half of his self-employment tax, like right over here. He has to pay the whole self-employment tax himself on this amount. So he pays 15.3% self-employment tax. He pays 15.3% in self-employment tax on this income. Then he pays income tax. Then he pays income tax on that. He's around in the, 24, I think 24% bracket. 24% bracket. Then he pays state. Then he pays state taxes. We're going to do a 5% on there on average, 5%. This guy has an Airbnb and he made all this money, but what happens with people is they don't keep good records, so they don't really know how much they make to the end of the year, right? So if you don't know how much you make to the end of the year, say if you only expense, this Airbnb guy only expense $5,000, and now it's coming on November. He only expense $5,000, so he needs tax planning to figure out whatever he needs to kind of buy in the last 2 months of 2020, so he can lower this amount. That is what tax planning is about. There's more to it, but I want to be really simple for people who are in this situation, so where they don't keep good records and they feel that as though they do stuff on their own. They got the DIY mentality, right? I can do it myself, and I don't want to hire an accountant to do it. So this is kind of what you run into. So you pay 15.3%, around 40% of taxes. You pay around 40% total on the dollar when you are 1099. And it kills people because they don't realize this, and they make all of this money here, 10K, and they go withdraw it, and they don't spend it in the business. They go pay their rent. They go pay for a vacation somewhere. Then this this $100,000 is gone, and then they got a 40% tax liability. That's 40% just for Simplexity of 100K is $40,000 in taxes that they owe. Now they are in a situation to where now they owe back taxes. All right. So if you don't capture this early, like while you guys are starting your businesses, you guys can get into a tax snowball. So they say Kevin Hart, when he started out, he didn't know financial literacy. He made all his money doing stand-up comedy. He would go spend it, and now he didn't have good people in his corner. And then he had this huge tax liability at the end of the year that he couldn't cover. So the next year, he spent all of his money trying to pay back taxes, and then he's paying taxes on the money he's making in the current year. So he's just like not making any. This 40%, and the next year becomes another 40%. You pay 80% on what you make, and you got back taxes. So don't get in this situation. We don't want to get you guys in this situation. You guys want to seek out some help, seek an accountant out, seek a CPA out to really help you guys for tax planning toward the end of the year. I hope I've been able to explain this with my cowboy hat, so that caused a lot of viewers to click on this video. But yeah, reach out to me at dudleyaccountingservices.com. Go look at my cool website. I have up there, I got a link where you can schedule a free 10 to 15 minute consultation with me, free of charge, just to see where you're at and see if we're in line, see if we can actually work together. You know, I really don't, pressure or sell people on anything. I know what I know. I've just been blessed to be exposed to more things in life, right? I've been blessed to be exposed to more things in life, and I want to be unselfish with it. So use me up. So that's been my rant for today. For you guys who are looking to get into business and to get into social media, just post, press record. Like, get out there and like fuck up and be seen. Like, suck and be seen is the go-to. Like, just be yourself, right? If I stutter, like, nobody's gonna freaking care. You're gonna judge me for a minute, then you're gonna go eat dinner with your family. You're not really gonna care. But get out there and live now, and most of all, I'm gonna coin this phrase: do more. All right, see you guys.